Early Sunday morning, for the first time in over a month, Russia's forces struck the capital city of Ukraine, Kyiv, with missiles. Reuters reported that Russia's missiles had struck two outlying districts of Kyiv. Advisor to the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, Vadim Denisenko, stated that Russian forces fired 5 X-22 cruise missiles from a Tu-95 aircraft at Kyiv from the direction of the Caspian Sea that hit the Danitsia rail car repair plant on the outskirts of Kyiv. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that this strike targeted T-72 tanks supplied to Ukraine by other Eastern European countries. However, the ISW reported that images of the target area confirmed that the missiles hit the Danitsia plant on the outskirts of Kiev. The strike amidst President Putin's warnings to Western nations to not supply Ukraine with long-range weaponry, as both the US and UK are set to supply missiles that can be used to hit Russian cities. However, their sale has only been approved after both the governments received assurances from Ukraine that they will only be used for defensive purposes and not to target Russia. The attack on Kyiv could represent a new phase of the war, wherein Russia reopens the multiple axes of invasion that they had launched assaults from during the earlier phases of the conflict. After beating a retreat in April and concentrating in the east of Ukraine for over a month, it is now plausible that Russia has secured its supply chains and logistical lines to reopen multiple fronts again. On the battlefield in the east, Ukraine claims to have launched a counterattack in Severodonetsk and taken back half the city. According to the ISW, Ukrainian forces conducted a successful counterattack in Severodonetsk on Saturday and Sunday, pushing Russian troops back to the city's eastern outskirts and out of the southern settlements in the city. In the news from Lugansk, Russian telegram channels reported that Major General Roman Kutuzov was killed near Mykolaiivka in Lugansk Oblast on 5th June. Kutuzov likely commanded the Donetsk People's Republic's 1st Army Corps at the time of his death, though this remains unconfirmed. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky visited troops in the Donbass in the east of Ukraine as their forces engaged in heavy cross-firing with the Russians. Zelensky also visited command posts and frontline positions in Lysychansk, which sits across the Seversky Donets River from Severodonetsk, where Ukrainian troops were pushing back against Russian forces who had earlier appeared on the verge of taking the strategic city. He also visited Bakhmut to the southwest in the Donetsk region of Donbass and interacted with servicemen there. For The Print, this is Raghav Bikhchandani, content written and researched by Suchet Vir Singh. For more, log on to theprint.in and follow us on social media.